Good morning, you lovely people. Welcome to a brand new vlog. It is second day in a row that I have a terrible headache, and it's probably a combination of things. First and most importantly, no discussion whatsoever needed. I sleep way too little, and it's partly because Leia goes to sleep very late these days. Despite our trial to put her always on time, it takes forever before she falls asleep. And then, there are tons of things to do, and you also want to have a little bit of evening time as partners to watch something, to read something, and it often adds up so that I end up being in bed first after midnight, which is obviously too late. And then I feel like that the past week has been super stressful in the work, and when I'm stressed I forget to drink. I don't know, there can be 6-7 hours gone and I have not drank a sip, and that stress starts straight in the morning because I'm always running late. So it often happens that it's 1 p.m. and I have not drunk anything, which I don't even know how I'm functioning. I feel like that everything that has caught up on me, and I don't know, we really needed a slow start this Saturday. So we switched up things a little bit. We are going to do grocery shopping right now all together, bring it back, then hopefully use the time of Leia's nap to drive to another Hamburg quarter that we have not visited in a while, and then enjoy afternoon there without having the stress of rushing back home because we have to do shopping and stuff like that. So that's the plan, and I'm obviously taking you along. Falco has been diligent past days to do some more garden work, and that's the last leftovers from the pergola packaging that needs to go. We are just driving 2 streets down, and if you just look what's happening in front of you, you would be so surprised to see how many people who have driving license should not be having driving license. And that reminds me of my torture with getting one, and how strict they have been with every single rule, and how that doesn't translate to reality at all whatsoever. We are back home and got number of stuff for the weekend. I always wanted to show you the grocery shopping, but Falco is always being too quick for me to lead through. Some frozen stuff, beans and croissant, tons of fruits. Unfortunately, it's not strawberry season anymore, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be as tasty. Actually, it's supposed to be season for, this little plums and apricots, but even those are pretty hard. That's what you have to live with when you do grocery shopping at the conventional stores and not on the local markets. I also thought it was a good idea to purchase this as a turnip. Yeah, I really love it. It's so refreshing. Rice. Falco is a big fan of this particular pesto. And then this is southern German dish called Maultaschen. Milk, always running out of it. Pears. Falco is a fan of more sweet and juicy pears, and I don't know if it's childhood memory, but I love those that feel a little bit woody. That's how this one's gonna be. You can definitely feel that. Cornflakes that Falco and Leia sometimes eat. Potatoes. Also, these are one of Leia's favorite fruits. It's called Johannisbeere in German, and something that I grew up with. We actually had 3 of these red juicy plums in our yard. Such core memory once again. Situation number 918. We are trying to convince Leia to get into the car. The nerves that we toddler parents should have. She's late with her nap because we wanted to feed her at home. So yeah. I just woke up in the car to see that both Falco and Leia were also passed out. This is so classic of us recent days. When we are on the way together, we are just too tired and always use the time, a little bit at least, to sleep. Well, Falco has to drive, but once we arrive to the destination. Anyhow, it's 2 p.m. The weather took a big turn. It's super warm, a lot warmer than I expected it to be. And we are at Schanzenviertel. I'm gonna show you around what we will see ourselves. Falco generally is not a huge fan of tapas, but this is one of our favorite tapas restaurants in the region.
see you again, maybe I would hold you then a little bit long.
On weekends, this neighborhood seems to be pretty jam-packed with people. We went to a little flea market, which is occurring every Saturday. So it's a standard one and pretty famous one. But somehow we found it like full of junk, to be frank. Took quite some time, but we also enjoyed a very nice ice cream together with Leia, because that was the promise that we made to her. And now we are heading backwards to the inner city area, where there are other stores that I would love to stroll at least quickly. A little bit about the neighborhood. It's driven by left-wing scene, full of cafes, bars, restaurants, and also the buildings are full of graffitis, well known for this area. Very diverse and very distinct from everything else that you get to see in Hamburg.
I try to memorize what you've told me, everything that you've shown me, making me stronger. Your eyes on my mind. I have tried to let you.
Leia and I are back home waiting for Falco to pick up order from the Greek. Our plans of cooking at home just went out of the window, and we massively underestimated the time that we needed to get from that quarter of the city to our house. It took approximately 1 hour, which is dreadful if you are on the way together with a toddler. I expected it to go a lot worse than it did, because we always plan our day trips on the first part of the day, as her mood is a lot better there. And I thought it would be like full of complaints and crying. Obviously, we needed to entertain her all the time, sing along, which makes it so difficult for me, especially that I sit in the back. I always feel sick. But she was on a good mood. Overall, it was okay. I don't know. It was lovely to be back, but it was also very chaotic. I don't even know exactly what I filmed. I'm not even sure if I got to show you my outfit of the day. Similar to last vlog, I think I'm gonna use an opportunity of being out here and show it to you head to toe. I was wearing my Uniqlo t-shirt together with Isabel Marant jeans, Vince ballerina flats, my Saint Laurent sunglasses. Handbag of the day was my Birkin 25. She gets too little of an outing these days. Only things that we got today was this adorable hair comb that Leia loved, and also this super cute hair clip. I don't know how and when and where, but I lost my hair clip. So this is a very cute substitute for it. Hope you can see it. I think it looks very cute, doesn't it?
What a wasted time. Should have been here on the outside, read the signs. Used to call you mine.
You guys, it's 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. and I feel like that I look exactly how I feel this evening. Exhausted. It's Leia's sleep time. Falco just prepared her and they are in bed reading books. And I just took a little excuse to bring some of the clothes and my handbag up, close the door just to be with myself that 2 minutes. It's not particularly bad day. We had pretty great day. We were on the gymnastics class and then we spent some time with our friends and their children on the playground. We ate. I tried to entertain her because Falco was equally exhausted. He just passed out on the couch, and right now it's the time where we are all just counting seconds before she goes to sleep. It's not one of those days where I'm expecting period or anything like that, but it's one of those where I'm questioning our decision of having such a big house. When I say such a big house, it's not huge, but growing up in a house where my mom was on 24/7 on rotation of doing things, she was pretty present, but she really did not have anything for herself, any life, any time. She could never take care of herself and her needs, but rather was fully focused on us, as well as on making the house function and keep it halfway presentable in front of the eyes of neighbors, society, relatives, so that, like the weed would not overrun us, so to say. Like given that context, I always told myself, I'm not exactly sure if I want to have a house, because I saw what effort went into it on both of my parents but especially on my mom's. So when we were making the decision of like getting house, I remember that we had this discussion and I was not exactly sure. And like nowadays it changes depending on my mood and how I feel about everything. Obviously I'm fully enjoying this homemaking process that we've had over the course of past years. I loved choosing everything in this house. We got in here when it was like black walls, no flooring, no planning in terms of kitchen, bathrooms. So I can see ourselves in every decision we have made, but still it's a house with a yard. And I don't know, like I feel like having a feeling of deja vu at times now, especially with a kid, that it takes so much of us, both of us, that I don't know if it's, like at the end of the day, we are exhausted. Maybe we don't feel it on a daily basis, but I'm pretty sure it's taking toll on our appearance, how we get preserved in terms of our visual, but also of our health. And I say this, and we have help. We have weekly help who comes and cleans our house, and we have someone who comes and cleans our windows. We don't have anyone for the garden, but there was something that my mom proposed as well to think about, well, if that's something that bothers me and, if there are means for it. But also, the additional fact that comes in play for us is that, or for me especially, is that we live so outskirts from everything else that you just feel like cut out of life. It's just flowing without you being part of it. When I'm at work and we sit over the lunch and my work colleagues, we tell all the things that they've been doing over the course of weekend, feel like it has passed by me without even noticing, and maybe it's okay, like at times I feel like it's okay. I have my nest of my own with my little child who is not even 3 years old, like 2 and a few months. At the same time, like on days like today, I just get all these doubts in myself where I'm questioning, was it a good decision to be so far away? The amount of time that we need to go anywhere and the planning that goes into it. But also, every time we are on the playground or around with the friends, and the lack of cars and lack of, all the logistics that you have to do when you're in the city, with a clear and conscious awareness, you have to also appreciate that. I don't know. But that's the thoughts that I've been having. Yeah, I don't even know what I wanted to say with that, but I thought like I'm going to share. I think I need to go quickly down now and do the sleep accompanying process with Leia. But before I do that, I wanted to quickly show you my gymnastic class and playground outfit that I wore today. This Other Stories oversized beige t-shirt paired with the arcade skirt. I wore the Vince ballerinas that I'm gonna, like the picture of which I'm gonna insert hereby. And the handbag that I had with me was this little Celine. I love this one, especially when I'm out and about with Leia, because it's hands-free, it's not heavy, it's comfortable. That was the look. Wishing every one of you a cozy and hopefully chilled evening. I'm gonna see you next days.